I want to talk about healthcare in this country, and I'm not just talking about costs, which is what every person in America brings up when we talk about the issues of healthcare in America. I'm not talking about long wait times. I'm not talking about things like that. I want to bring up something I believe is often overlooked, and that's, you know, when I go to the hospital or when I get a checkup or just going to see a doctor in general. For years, I've noticed that healthcare professionals, they're very dismissive. They don't take you seriously and things like that. And people talk about, well, women's issues and specifically black women's health issues. They don't research it. They don't take it seriously. But I'm not going to play the race card on this matter. I'm not going to play the women card or any card. I'm just talking as a person, as a patient who's experienced these issues over the years. And, it's my health, so of course I take that very seriously. If you guys have been following my story, you know that I've recently had issues with my feet. My feet were very swollen to the point where I could barely walk. When I called 911, I gave the dispatcher asked me for my physical appearance, so they knew what I looked like when they pulled up. So, I'm waiting for them, and I thought it would take a while because I'm downtown and my issue isn't life-threatening. But so I was on my phone. I wasn't paying attention. They pulled right past me, even though I gave the dispatcher my physical description. And so I had to literally run to the ambulance, chase the ambulance, and, reminder that I could not walk on my feet. So I caught up with them. They took me to the hospital, and they discharged me within a few hours. They ran a bunch of tests. They gave me medication, but they did not fix the core issue with my feet. They discharged me thousands of dollars in a medical bill, but they did not fix the core issue with my feet. So safe to say I will not be paying that bill because they discharged me the same condition that I came in with. And even a little help that they did give me, that's not worth thousands of dollars. So they did not fix the issue. A lot of healthcare professionals, like I said, they're very dismissive. They don't take you seriously. They're very rushed. And the healthcare industry in general is just from what I heard, it's a toxic environment to work in. So we have a lot to work on when it comes to healthcare in this country. And me being a political science person, there's a lot going on. So it's seriously hard for me to pinpoint where to start with. But we can start with with taking patients seriously and patient care more seriously in this country.